Hey guys, we're gonna make this quick. It's Sekaar, and today I'm gonna be going over my magic and necromancer build for the Deadlands chapter. Before we get started, like the video. That's all I'm gonna say. Let's move on. Alright guys, let's get started. First things first, let's look at our character sheet. We're going to have 41 points into magic and 23 points into health. This is going to give us a nice chunky health pool. And when we have our death dealers going, this is going to make it even higher. So don't worry, it's going to get even better from here, I promise. But this is just how I like to break it down. Also, for our race, before I even forget about that, we're going to be a Breton. It's going to help with our sustain a lot. Breton is probably my favorite magic race right now, so definitely use that. We're going to be using Artean pickled fish as our food. This is going to give you the most amount of max health and max magic simultaneously. It is amazing. I love it. We're going to be using the lady as our Mundus. We're going to want to get our physical and spell resistance as high as possible. We're low without this, so definitely use this. It is pretty necessary on this build, in my opinion. You're going to be kind of squishy without it. And then Vamp Stage 3 to get that Undeath passive. That way you're a little bit more tanky. So definitely go Vamp Stage 3 on this. The sustain is not hard at all from this. Like, you don't feel it at all. So definitely use this, I promise. Let's look at our inventory first. Why not? So for our first thing, we're going to be using on our main hand, we're going to be using a Draugr Inferno Staff in the Charge trait. Charge is going to make sure that we're going to be applying that status effect, 480% of the time. So that's quite pog, guys. I like this a lot. So what Draugr does is we're going to get that max magic on the 2-piece, offensive pen on the 3-piece, magic recovery on the 4-piece, and then dealing direct damage to an enemy places a ghostly curse on your enemy for 6 seconds. Cursed enemies take 610 extra damage from all of your damage abilities. So basically, the more you dot somebody up, the more damage they're going to take, and it is just, it's a lot of pressure. Draugr probably my favorite magic set in the game right now. I am absolutely loving it so much. Definitely start thinking about this on multiple builds, but for now, Magnecro is really good. Usually I use double dot poisons, but I guess I ran out right before I started shooting this build video because I was PvPing tonight. So double dot and is what I use for that on the front bar. On the back bar, I'm going to be using Vadishron Perfected Ice Staff in the defending trait. Ice Staff for Vadishron is really nice on this. I slowly want to move into, I think I want to get a Vet Black Rose Prison Inferno Staff, like a perfected one. I think that's going to give a lot more pressure to this build, but for now the Ice Staff does work really well on this. I really like that. What that's going to do is the 2-piece gives offensive pen, and then also casting weakness to elements. Target within 15 meters of you causes a surge of elemental energy to tether between you for 10 seconds. It's really nice. It's gonna put a lot. It's gonna put all 3 dots on them between flame, shock, and frost. So, or I'm sorry, not is one of them, not all of them. I need to learn how to read. Sorry, guys, but it's still a lot of damage. And then that's also going to be increased damage from the Draugr. So, guys, it's dope. I like it a lot. It's just free damage. Our headpiece is going to be a light magma incarnate helmet in the impenetrable trait, and before I even go any farther, all of our body pieces are going to be in the prismatic enchant. So we're only going to have 1-piece magma on this build. I couldn't fit a 2nd piece, unfortunately, but it is what it is. The 1-piece for this is the best, in my opinion, because you just get magic and stamina recovery. So that's going to really give you as much sustain as possible using that monster set compared to others. Our chest piece is going to be Wretched Vitality. As I said in my last build video, Wretched Vitality is probably my favorite set in the game right now. It gives you disgusting amounts of sustain. I love it. So what Wretched Vitality does is the 2 and 3-piece are going to give you magic and stamina recovery. The 4-piece is going to give you weapon and spell damage, and the 5-piece, while you're in combat, applying a major buff or debuff to a target grants you 260 magic and the stamina recovery for 15 seconds. And then also, while in combat, applying a minor buff or a debuff to a target grants you 130 magic and stamina recovery for 15 seconds. So you can always reapply that at all times in combat, and that's basically 400 free recup right there alone. And then that's not even counting the recup from the 2 and 3 base. So that's just so much recovery on this build. It is actually disgusting. I love it so much. It's so much free recovery. You can just build into damage after that. I love it. Druggerkin Shoulder in the light and impenetrable stuff. Wretched Vitality, light impen. Waist? I didn't say that word. Light Wretched Vitality, impen hands. Heavy Wretched Vitality, legs in reinforced. And then heavy Wretched Vitality, feet in impen. I did it. And then the neck is going to be Droggerkin with the Swift trait with spell damage glyph on. And this is our mythic that really ties the entire build together, in my opinion. I go with an infused Death Dealer's ring in the magic recovery enchant. So what Death Dealers does is you gain a persistent stack of whatever. Okay, I'm just gonna translate to English. The longer you're in a fight, the more resources you get, and it's gonna equivalent to about 3k of each resource. So you're getting a little tanky on each. I forgot exactly what it is. Guys, I'm just going to talk while I go to my calculator on my phone. So what is this? 88 times, what is it, 30? Was that what it was? 30? Guys, where is it? Yeah, 30. Haha. 2,640. Almost 3k. So you're just going to get, a lot more resources in both magic, health, and stamina. The longer you're in a fight. So guys, it really helps your stats get a lot bigger than than what they seem at first, and it really helps you throughout a fight. You get a lot more tanky, you get a lot more magic, you get a lot more stamina. I love Death Dealers right now. I kind of want to try Markin on this build as well, but I think that Death Dealers right now is exactly what I need right now for this. And then our other ring is going to be Droggerkin in the Swift trait with a spell damage glyph on. Alright. Skills. Front bar, Crushing Shock. This does a lot of damage with Droggerkin, guys. Crushing Shock does a lot of damage with Droggerkin. This is going to be remain spammable once you have your enemies all dotted up. So don't use this first unless it's a really squishy enemy. But it's really nice. Degeneration. Getting that major sorcery up. And then also it's a nice dot. Smiles. Flame Pulsar, I am loving this, honestly. I didn't think I would, but it's really nice. It puts Minor Mangle on them, so it reduces their max health, but also you put a you put a dot on them afterwards, so it's really nice. It's really, really, really nice. I love it. Anyways, Blast Bones, you hit like a truck with Blast Bones. I don't know why it does that much damage. It has no right doing this much damage. But try and keep your Blast Bones up at all times in the middle of a fight. You will really hurt a lot of people with this. It does a lot of damage, so keep that up. Yeah, it has no right doing that much damage. And then I've got Summoner's Armor on my front bar because I couldn't fit it on my back bar. But this is going to be your source of major resolve, so it's going to increase your physical and spell resistance by 6k. I like Summoners better than the other one because you get the reduced cost. I don't like the other more if you give them a free CC, so I don't like that. Then our ult is going to be Dawnbreaker of Smiting. I miss a lot with my ultimate. I kind of want to change this, but I don't think there's anything better than this right now. But I miss this ultimate so often. Like, they'll be standing in front of me, I use it, and I miss, and it just makes me question life. But I don't think there's anything better right now, so I'm going to keep on using it. But if there's anything better that you guys, have an idea of what I should use, please tell me, because I don't know what to do. I miss this thing so often. I don't know why. I'm bad. But it works. Anyways, back bar, Race Against Time. This is going to be your source of major expedition, and you're going to get that snare removal. So in the middle of a fight, in the middle of like a tower or something, this is going to be a great way to get away from your enemies. And it's going to be really fast because of your CP and you're too swift. Intensive Mender. Guys, you heal so much with Intensive Mender. Keep this up at all times. It's kind of annoying to keep up because it's only an 8-second duration. But if you can keep this up in the middle of a fight at all times, you're gonna heal so much. I love it, guys. But also, not only that, but from using Intensive Mender, you're also going to get your Undead Confederate passive active at all times. So your health, magic, and stamina recovery is going to be increased by 200. So, guys, Pog. I also like Braided Tether a lot because I don't have Sam sustain issues, so I don't need Mortal Coil. So this is just going to help out my allies. So, just why not, right? Resistant Flesh is going to be a nice burst heal for when these two heals aren't enough. But these two heals are enough usually. Resistant Flesh is just going to be, what you usually need just to get out of that kind of situation when you're kiting a lot of people. And then Elemental Susceptibility. I'm liking this one a lot because we're using Draugr. So what this morph does instead of Ellie Drain is you're going to still get that Major Breach for 1 minute. So reducing their physical and spell resistance by 6k. Still dope. But every 6 seconds while this ability persists, the enemy is afflicted with a burning, chilling, or concussing. I can't talk tonight, guys, but you see that. So getting those extra status effects in really just makes your Draugr do so much more damage. It is absolutely amazing. I love it. And then Temporal Guard. This is the buggiest ult in the game, but there's really no other ult I need on my back bar right now. And on top of that, I'm going to get Minor Protection when I'm having it on my back bar, so I'm a tanky boy. So having that slotted, I'm going to get reducing damage by 5%. So, that's nice. Plus, when it works, it honestly saves your life. But there's a lot of times where it doesn't work. So, use it at your own risk. And then champion points, right? All right. This is going to be relatively straightforward. As always, just fill in the blanks accordingly. So, like something like Eldritch Insight, Tireless Discipline, Precision, obviously, and then like the purple trees, just use your better judgment for that kind of stuff. But my 4 main slottables personally are Ironclad, Deadly Aim, Mastered Arms, and Duelist Rebuff. I like these 4 a lot. This is really the best way to get your build as tanky as possible and to do as much damage as possible, in my opinion. Our red slottables are going to be Boundless Vitality, get that health up. Fortified, get that armor up. Pain's Refuge, get that tankiness up because we don't have a purge at all. So having those negative effects on you is really going to increase your damage mitigation. And then Celerity. Guys, I like being fast a lot in this game, so Celerity is probably my new favorite champion point. I love it. That 10% movement speed, that's why I have that one ring as infused now instead of Swift. I feel like I don't need triple Swift and Celerity, so it honestly just helps my sustain too, having Celerity there. So, Pog. And then for our green tree, only 3 things that really matter for PvP are Breakfall right here, Rationer, and Liquid Efficiency. I mean, I guess you can like get more gold with that. Who cares? Gifted Rider, also if it's a new character, that's going to help. And then War Mount, if it's a new character. So, I guess they don't really matter. All right, back up. But let's I'm just going to go into combat for a little bit just to show you guys what I mean when, I'm talking about that. So I'm just going to show you this on my back bar real quick. My recovery with all that stuff up is up to 2k, and I'm not even really built into recovery. But, the longer I'm in combat right now, I'm just waiting for this thing to go up more. So my health gets up a lot right here, and I'm only at half the stacks right now. I'm only at 13 right now. So we're just going to keep on building that up. Why not? Also, this is kind of the end of this video. So while I just built up my stacks real quick, I still have 11 left to go. I'm just going to do my end credits basically. So guys, I appreciate you guys watching the video. If you did enjoy it, don't forget to like the video. It really helps me with the algorithm, all that stuff. And it doesn't really hurt you any, does it? But guys, I hope you have a great rest of your time after this. I'm going to show the stats in a second. And, I don't know, comments in the comments. Comment your favorite game, your favorite video game as a child growing up. God damn, I can't speak today, guys. I'm sorry. But guys, we have all of our stacks on Death Dealers now. So you can see that our health gets up to 35,500 exactly, which is a lot. And then our magic gets up to 30,900, which is kind of dope. And I got an achievement, Practiced Warrior, dope. And even without any food on my that goes into stamina, I'm up to 17,800 stamina as well. So guys, that is why I use Death Dealers. I love it. Guys, have a great rest of your night or day. I don't know what time it is for you. And I will see you guys next time. Later.